Did you know that around 90% of children between the ages of 2 and 7 lie regularly? It's true. Most of these lies aren't about being sneaky, they're about testing boundaries, protecting themselves, or avoiding trouble. But here's the kicker. By the age of 4, your child likely understands the difference between truth and lies, yet they still do it. So, what do you do when your child lies? How do you handle it without making the situation worse? In this video, we're going to dive deep into strategies that actually work. You'll discover how to respond when your child lies, not by punishing them, but by guiding them toward understanding the value of honesty. From asking the right questions to staying calm, we'll teach you how to turn these moments into valuable lessons for both you and your child. By the end, you'll have the tools you need to help your child grow into a person who values truth, no matter how many little white lies they tell along the way. Stick around, and let's start changing the way you think about those tricky little moments. Chapter 1. The Lie Detective. Unmasking the truth without accusations. When your child lies, the first step is to remain calm. According to child psychologist Dr. John Gottman, how you react to your child's behavior shapes their emotional development. If you immediately accuse or show anger, it could push them further away, making it harder for them to be honest next time. Instead, act like a lie detective, and ask open-ended questions like, "Can you tell me what happened?" This way, you allow your child to explain, and you're showing them that honesty is valued over judgment. Children are surprisingly good at detecting emotions. Studies show that children as young as 3 can pick up on nonverbal cues, like body language and tone of voice. If you react with frustration, your child may feel scared to tell the truth. Stay neutral and avoid accusing them right away. For instance, saying, "I'm curious about why you said that," helps keep the conversation open. By creating a safe environment for honesty, you prevent the child from feeling trapped in their lie. This approach doesn't just catch the lie, it helps your child realize the importance of telling the truth without fear of punishment. Remember, children lie for many reasons, and not all of them are malicious. They may lie because they feel embarrassed or want to protect themselves from a perceived consequence. Understanding the motive is key to responding thoughtfully. Chapter 2. Mastering Calmness. The power of staying cool when you're hot under the collar. Keeping your cool is essential when your child lies. When you're upset, your child is likely to mirror your emotions. If you react angrily, it can escalate the situation. Dr. Laura Markham, a well-known parenting expert, highlights that children need a calm, stable environment to thrive. Your response to a lie should reflect that. Studies have shown that when children are met with anger, they tend to shut down emotionally and become defensive. This only makes it harder for them to open up. A 2017 study published in Child Development found that children who are punished harshly for minor transgressions are more likely to lie in the future. In contrast, kids who are met with calm, understanding responses are more likely to speak honestly. Take a deep breath and pause before reacting. This gives you time to think and allows your child to feel less intimidated. One effective strategy is to count to 10 before responding. It's a simple but powerful way to avoid saying something you might regret. It also helps regulate your emotions, which can help your child feel safer. Once you've calmed down, address the lie calmly. For example, you can say, "I noticed you told me something different than what I saw. Let's talk about it." This opens the door to a more constructive conversation. The key is making your child feel heard and respected, not attacked. Remember, your child is learning how to manage emotions by observing you. If you show them how to stay calm and composed in stressful situations, you're teaching them an invaluable skill. Children who see their parents remain calm are more likely to use those strategies themselves in difficult situations. Chapter 3. The Silent Pause. Letting your child dig their own hole. Sometimes the best way to deal with a lie is to say nothing at all. The silent pause can be a game changer when you want to allow your child the space to rethink their story. Research from Psychology Today shows that silence can encourage children to open up, as they feel the pressure of needing to explain themselves further. Rather than jumping in immediately, let the silence linger for a moment. The power of silence lies in its ability to make the child feel more accountable. When you stay quiet, it gives your child the opportunity to reflect and possibly even correct their lie. Children, especially younger ones, often realize their mistake when given time to think. As Dr. Gottman says, silence is often louder than words, especially when a child is caught in a lie. It might feel awkward at first, but silence can make a huge difference. Try it next time. When your child lies, give them a few seconds of quiet. Avoiding immediate reactions helps prevent escalating the situation. Children need time to process their emotions and the consequences of their actions. The moment of pause lets them know that they are not just going to get away with their lie, but they have the opportunity to make it right on their own terms. This technique also helps teach your child the importance of honesty without you constantly pushing for the truth. It fosters trust because your child learns that you won't pressure them, but you expect them to take responsibility for their actions. While it's important to ask questions to encourage honesty, sometimes simply allowing a pause can be the most effective strategy. Silence gives space for reflection, which can often lead to the child acknowledging their lie and possibly coming clean without further prompting. By using silence, you communicate that honesty is something that will always be valued, but it also requires effort and self-reflection. Chapter 4. From Lies to Lessons. Turning falsehoods into teaching moments. Every lie presents an opportunity to teach your child about honesty. When your child lies, it's easy to focus on the negative side, but it's crucial to frame the situation as a teaching moment. Dr. Jim Taylor, a well-known child psychologist, emphasizes that children learn best when mistakes are used as learning opportunities rather than just punishment. So, instead of focusing solely on the lie, discuss the value of honesty and why telling the truth is important. Did you know that children as young as 4 years old can understand the concept of honesty? Research published in Child Development showed that at this age, kids are starting to grasp the difference between a lie and the truth, even if they don't always act on that understanding. This makes it the perfect time to start guiding them toward positive behaviors. After addressing the lie calmly, sit down with your child and explain why honesty matters. For example, you might say, "When you tell me the truth, we can work together to solve problems. Lying makes it harder for us to work as a team." This teaches your child that telling the truth is not just about avoiding punishment, but about building trust and cooperation. Using real-life examples helps too. For instance, talk about how telling the truth can prevent misunderstandings or hurt feelings in relationships. Over time, these lessons will help your child make better choices in the future. It's important to avoid shaming or criticizing your child. Instead, focus on how honesty helps people connect with others and maintain healthy relationships. When your child feels like they've learned something from their mistake, they're more likely to adopt those lessons in the future. It's not about perfection but about guiding your child to grow into a responsible, honest person. It also reinforces the idea that mistakes are normal and part of the learning process. Chapter 5. Building Trust Over Time. Creating a relationship where lies have no room. Trust is the foundation of every strong relationship, especially between parents and children. When trust is broken, even through something as simple as a lie, it can create cracks in that foundation. That's why it's essential to build trust over time, long before lies even become an issue. Dr. Karen Purvis, a renowned expert in child development, argues that children thrive in an environment where they feel safe and valued. And safety comes from knowing that their honesty is met with respect. A 2018 study from the Journal of Child Psychology and Psychiatry showed that children who feel consistently supported by their parents are less likely to lie. When your child sees that you trust them, they are more likely to trust you in return and feel responsible for maintaining that trust. Building trust involves more than just addressing lies, it's about creating a consistent, open relationship. Make sure you regularly praise your child for telling the truth, even when the truth is difficult. Positive reinforcement can go a long way in encouraging honest behavior. For example, instead of only correcting lies, make it a habit to acknowledge when your child is honest. Simple phrases like, "I'm really proud of you for telling me the truth," can help reinforce that honesty is valued. Consistency is key. If you often respond with calmness, patience, and respect, your child will begin to trust that you'll always provide a safe space for them to speak freely. This kind of environment lowers the temptation for lies because your child knows that their true feelings will be met with understanding, not punishment. Remember, trust isn't built overnight, and it's not just about catching lies, it's about the everyday interactions you have with your child. Keep your promises, be there for them when they need you, and consistently model honesty yourself. Over time, you'll notice fewer lies and stronger trust between you and your child. Chapter 6. When lies become habitual. Knowing when to seek help. Occasionally, lies become more than just a small mistake, they become a pattern. If your child lies frequently, it might be a sign of deeper issues that require attention. According to Dr. Michael Thompson, a psychologist and author, frequent lying can sometimes indicate anxiety, low self-esteem, or even an attempt to gain control in an unpredictable environment. Understanding the root cause of the lying behavior is essential in addressing it effectively. A study published in the Journal of Abnormal Child Psychology found that children who lie regularly may be struggling with emotional regulation. They might use lying as a coping mechanism for stress or as a way to avoid uncomfortable situations. In these cases, the solution isn't just about stopping the lie but helping your child manage their emotions in healthier ways. If you notice that your child lies consistently, it's a good idea to dig a little deeper. Start by asking questions like, "Is something bothering you?" or, "Do you feel scared about what might happen if you tell the truth?" This opens up a dialogue about their feelings and gives you insight into why they might be resorting to dishonesty. In some cases, it might be helpful to seek professional guidance. A counselor or therapist can help your child work through underlying emotional issues that may be causing the lying. Early intervention can prevent these behaviors from becoming ingrained and help your child develop better coping mechanisms. However, even when you seek external help, your role as a parent remains crucial. Continue to model honesty, keep the lines of communication open, and encourage your child to talk about their feelings. Therapy can complement these efforts, but it's your consistent love and support that will ultimately help your child overcome habitual lying. In the end, it's important to remember that no one is perfect, and neither are children. If lying becomes a consistent issue, it's an opportunity to grow together as a family. With patience, understanding, and the right strategies, you can help your child move past their need to lie and build a more honest, open relationship with you. If you found these strategies helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Stay tuned for more parenting tips that will help you navigate the challenges of raising your child with understanding and love.